Hey, what's up? So over the weekend, I spent several hours going over dozens and dozens of different AI prompts and instructions for trying to make AI sound more human and less corporate. And what I found is while some of them were decent, most of them were crap. They got AI to write a little bit better, but it still never sounded like something that I wanted that was specifically for me. So I've developed 10 prompts here that I'm going to share with you today that not only are the prompts, but I'm going to show you how and when to actually use them. Now, an important thing that I do want to mention, actually two things. One is you should already have a draft of something that you want AI to kind of go through and edit. And if you don't, and you're having AI actually create content for you, you're definitely going to want to provide it with examples of things that you've written before. It could be emails, it could be scripts, it could be messages, articles, blog posts, whatever it might be. If you don't have something like that and you have content that you've found online that you kind of like the way that it sounds, you're going to have AI analyze that to kind of study and break it down, but not copy that. And we'll kind of get into that a little bit into this video here. But other than that, the second thing that I want to mention is that you don't have to worry about getting all of these prompts and memorizing them all. They're all going to be in a Notion document that I will link in the description below. So just kind of go through, listen to all of them, and then when you want to try to use some of them, you'll be able to get that right below. So other than that, let's move on to the very first prompt. All right, so first you want to give AI something real to work with. So the prompt is, use these notes as the foundation. Keep my main argument, examples, opinions, and distinctions. Don't replace them with broader, safer, or more generic ideas. Now, this is what this prompt actually does. It keeps AI anchored to your actual thinking instead of forcing it to invent the point, the angle, and the examples from scratch. And you would use this when you already have notes, when you have opinions, observations, and you want AI to help express them without flattening them into generic advice. Prompt number 2 is you want AI to define the conversation. So the prompt is, explain this like an experienced creator talking to one intelligent friend over coffee. They're interested in the topic, but they don't know much about it yet. Be direct, be curious, use plain language, but don't dumb it down. And what this actually does is it gives AI a relationship, a tone, and a level of expertise so the writing feels conversational instead of stiff or lecture-like. And we have something a little bit later in the prompts that's going to actually go into this a little bit further, make it sound more human, more conversational. And when you would use this is when the draft sounds too formal, too corporate, or too much like an article instead of a real person talking. Prompt number 3, show AI what you sound like. So the prompt is, study these examples before writing. Pay attention to my vocabulary, rhythm, humor, sentence length, directness, and the way I explain an idea. Use those patterns, but don't copy any specific lines. This is also kind of what you would use if you were giving AI other examples from other people that have, or other articles and content that you found that you like, that's not yours, but you want it to kind of emulate in a way. So what this actually does is it helps the AI mirror your real voice by studying how you naturally explain things instead of guessing at your tone. And you use it when you have sample writing, script, or posts, and you want the output to sound more recognizably like you. Prompt number 4 is tell AI to edit, not rewrite. This is important. So the prompt is act like an editor, not a ghostwriter. Use this draft as the main voice reference. Only change what's unclear, repetitive, generic, awkward, or obviously AI written. Now, what this does is it limits AI's job to improving the draft rather than replacing your voice, structure, or ideas with something new. Use it when the draft already has substance and you just need cleanup, tightening, or better wording. Don't let AI change the meaning. The prompt is, keep every fact, claim, opinion, example, and level of certainty the same. Don't make my argument stronger, weaker, safer, or more balanced unless I ask you to. So what this actually does is it protects your meaning so the AI doesn't try to soften it or rebalance it or subtly reinterpret what you're actually trying to say. And you would use this when your point is nuanced and you want the rewrite to stay faithful to your exact argument and level of certainty. Prompt number 6, match the format. Write this for the ear, not the page. That's actually very important, right? Write this for the ear, not the page. Use words that are comfortable to say out loud. Keep one main idea per sentence, shorten anything that takes too much breath, remove anything that sounds like a presentation. And what this does is it helps AI shape the writing for spoken delivery, making the wording smoother, clearer, and easier to say out loud. And you want to use this for videos, podcasts, presentations, or basically any script that needs to use someone's mouth, basically, not just the page. So if somebody's going to be speaking this, or if you want to sound like it was spoken and then kind of transferred over. So it's very, very conversational. Prompt number 7, diagnose before you rewrite. So before you rewrite anything, point out the specific lines that sound generic, corporate, overly polished, repetitive, or unlike the rest of the draft. Now, what this does is it makes AI identify the weak spots first so you can see exactly what feels off before anything else gets changed. So you use it when you want more control and you don't want AI touching the entire draft before showing you what the problems are. So this will kind of break down and give you the information, letting you know, okay, this sentence was okay, but this needs some work. This needs some work. And then it's only going to actually fix that. And that's a follow-up prompt that you can use that says, now fix only those parts, leave everything else alone. Let's move on to prompt number 8, which is let the thought control the rhythm. The prompt is let the sentence length follow the thought. Use a short sentence when something needs emphasis. Use a longer sentence when the idea needs room. Don't force a pattern. And what this does is it gives the AI permission to vary pacing naturally so the writing stops sounding mechanical or formulaic, even from sentence to sentence. So you use this when the draft feels too flat, too uniform, or too AI because every sentence moves in the same rhythm. And you might have seen this. Some of the prompts that I did try says to like vary the sentence, but it still became like a formula. It would be like a long sentence and a short sentence and a very short sentence. Then a long sentence, a shorter sentence, and a very short sentence. So it was still kind of very formulaic. This is going to kind of break that up and sound a lot more natural. Prompt number 9 is make AI say what it means. So the prompt is replace vague claims with specific examples, actions, names, numbers, or details when I've given you enough information to do that. Do not invent details. What this does is it pushes AI away from that fuzzy language and toward concrete detail, which makes the writing more clear and a lot more believable. So you use this when a draft feels abstract, generic, or padded with broad statements instead of real specifics. And the final prompt here is don't let AI fake being human. And the prompt is don't invent personal experiences, memories, emotions, doubts, opinions, stories, or first-person claims. Don't add slang, typos, or verbal habits just to make the writing seem human. That's important because this keeps the writing natural without crossing into fake personality, invented life experiences, or forced human quirks. Because it is AI. If it's going to try to make it seem like it's a human thing, it's not going to get it right. That's exactly why you want to kind of go through this. Also by giving it examples and understanding kind of how you write and all that kind of stuff. Again, to make it sound more like you or like you want it, as opposed to just trying to have AI write more human by having AI try to write more human. Hopefully that makes sense. So when you would use this is you would use it when you want the writing to feel more real, but still honest, especially if AI has a habit of faking voice or experience. And a follow-up that you can use with this prompt is don't sound like a marketer, motivational speaker, HR department, customer service representative, or LinkedIn thought leader. So there's the 10 prompts. Go ahead and try them out. You don't have to use all of them. You can use a couple of them, see how they work for you, see if they make the writing sound more like you want it to, right? That's the thing. The more that you can kind of provide the AI with information that you've written, that you've given it, and then kind of piece it together while utilizing these prompts, you're going to see that the results that you get should be a lot more like what you're looking for. Might not be exactly perfect. That's why I always say use AI as a collaboration tool. And when you're using it as a collaboration tool, that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to use it to work together. So Go out and try these. Let me know what you think. Leave me comments and let me know if it has helped at all. If it didn't help at all, I'd really like to know that too. And if you like these kind of videos with these kind of like prompts and instructions and things like that, please let me know also. I do really like to create these types of videos, and I love going through and actually testing these things out. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching. This is Craig, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.